Welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host Scotty McCoy, and there is an upcoming movie, a horror comedy coming out in the fall. It is called Samhain, and I have its killer, the main antagonist on the air right now. His name is Brett Harris. He plays Justin Freed, and also the alias of RelliK. Hey Brett, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Scotty. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to do this interview. Obviously, we all know that sound is a big chunk of my life, and I'm very proud of how it came out. And I'm glad that we're able to promote the movie. So obviously, I know all the answers to the questions, but obviously the viewers don't. So we'll get them familiar with you and about also a charity that you're working on, and also the movie itself. So the first question I got for you is, how did you find out about the movie, and what made you want to do the role of RelliK for Samhain?
Well, I had heard about it when you were first going to do it as the series
Right.
because I saw a couple of advertisements about it and stuff then, and I thought, hey, that'd be cool if I could get into something like that. But I had missed my opportunity on that one because you were already doing it.
Right.
And when I saw it coming up the second time, I knew it was something that I had to go for because through my life I've been more into the stunt type things,
Right.
and of course I always wanted to be a stunt man in Hollywood. Friday the 13th, I was a big hockey fan and a hockey goalie, so Friday the 13th came out and there's a killer wearing a hockey mask. I was like, that'd be awesome. I could kill people with a hockey mask on. It'd be great. So that kind of got me into it and stuff like that.
Right.
But I had an opportunity to do an independent movie in 2011 called Are You Serious?
Okay.
And it was fun. It was kind of got my feet wet into it and stuff. And I really didn't like the way that it came out because I was really not prepared to do a movie kind of thing. But they were going to actually do a sequel of that, and I was pumped. I was ready to do the sequel. And that kind of never happened. So when I saw this was coming out and I could get to be the killer, it was like a redemption. I was ready for it. I just wanted to get into it and go do it.
That's awesome, and you did do an amazing job. Like, you were totally into this role. I remember I invited you to the rap party this past week, and we weren't able to attend. But we were talking about you and about how you did the role, because everybody loved how you played that character when we watched it as a cast, and they're like, Brett was diehard into this.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And once we loosened the character up a little bit where I could show a little bit more of my personality actually
Yes.
in it, it really got to be fun then.
I completely agree with that. So, what was it like filming the movie?
It was great. I had a blast. um, there were so many crazy things that happened during it all. It was just, you never knew what you were going to get when you went on to set because everything changed. It was the dynamics of doing this stuff.
Yeah.
The way everybody interacted, and you never knew because we filmed most of the stuff outside during live times when there were other people around, so you never really knew what was going to happen.
Right. So how about tell them the story about when you were gonna do the scene with Lily Hale, who played the other clown, and who drove by and all that.
I was just going to say that was probably one of my most memorable moments. Me hiding in the bushes in full costume with a knife in my hand, and the police car drives up and shines a spotlight on me. I thought we were done. I thought I was going to get handcuffed and fly. I was ready for a taser shot there, but I didn't know what else to do, so I just kind of waved to the cop. The cop waved back and went underway. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened."
That is weird. Spoilers. Which type of death scene was the most fun for you to film, and what was your favorite type of kill to perform?
Boy, that's a tough one too.
Ask the tough questions, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I liked them. The kill scenes for the time that we had, they were all pretty good. Probably my favorite one. Well, it would have been. It included a pretty good battle inside the house and a throat slash.
Awesome.
And the reason that I picked that one is because there was a good bit of stunt work with the fight scene.
Yeah.
And then it was pretty close and personal with me right against the person while I was slashing their throat.
Mm-hmm.
So that one was pretty good.
That's awesome. So you spoke earlier about Gage, so we know he played the jogger in the film. So what was it like to get to work with your son on set?
It was fun. And since we had the since we had the liberty to throw that one in there and kind of work everything out, we had a lot of fun between me and him figuring out what dialogue we were going to do for it and all. So it
Yeah.
was fun. We threw some comedy in there for him too.
Yeah, that was great, and he's a good, really good kid, and he was. A lot of people didn't realize this, but I took inspiration for Relic from Halloween Michael Myers in a way. He's wearing a Michael Myers jumpsuit, but not the one that's legally owned in the Halloween franchise. It's green, not blue. He's wearing a clown mask, as he has the mannerisms of an evil clown. He's got the clown mask, little Michael Myers. He wore that clown mask. Like he plays games. Michael Myers always played games. Like he wore the ghost sheet. So when you were playing Relic, did you ever put Michael Myers into the character, or was there any inspiration from any other horror or slasher genre type of characters that you inserted to play and portray Relic, or did you just make it your own?
I took a little bit of a couple of things now. Like originally, we weren't going to have me talking at all.
Right.
So I was really trying to work on my body movements and my mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a huge Kane Hodder fan. So I was watching him in some of the Friday the 13th, just how he moved his head, how he breathed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I stole anything, I stole it from him.
Definitely, definitely. So we know you're doing a bike charity for children's cancer. Do you want to tell us a bit about that, as well as any other projects that you got going on?
Yeah, I am a champion rider for the Great Cycle Challenge. It is, usually we're doing it this month. Anybody can do it. You could just go to the website if you want to, if you feel like you could get people to donate and you want to get some exercise. All the goals you set yourself, whatever you feel like you're capable of doing. If you think you can only ride 5 miles and maybe get $10, then you put your mileage goal for 5 and your money goal for 10. And then you have the whole month to do it. Mm-hmm. This year, because of COVID and everything else that's going on, we're doing the actual logging the miles in September.
Okay.
But I have put down for, I'm going to ride 200 miles throughout the month of September on a fat tire BMX bike, because I like to make things as hard as for me on dirt roads too.
Right.
To make it a little more interesting. I document my rides, see the pictures. Mm-hmm. I get some cool scenery pictures, some pictures of the animals and stuff. And my money goal for this year is $800.
Awesome.
But I throw a twist in each year. Now, since we're going to start riding in September, if I get $1,600, which doubles my original donation goal by September 1st, I'll double my mileage and I'll ride 400 miles for the month. Which is pretty heavy on a BMX bike. And I do have a lot of other stuff going on. I mean, my wife and I both work. We have the 3 kids.
Right. So
squeezing the time in there makes it a little difficult.
It does.
But this will be my 4th year doing it. And in the 3 previous years so far, I've ridden 610 miles and raised $3,432 to help fight kids' cancer.
Awesome. That's awesome.
If you're interested in joining me on this little adventure and helping me by donating, my website page for it is greatcyclechallenge.com /riders / Brett Harris.
Okay.
And that'll put you on my page and you can donate through there. They even take PayPal to make it easy for you.
Awesome. That's great. And I know that we also we have other plans at Gravestone as well, and we would like to get you involved in those. Obviously, the sequel of Samhain and other different projects that we would like to get you involved in as well as other people. We might hold auditions. We don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but we're working on it because I know with obviously we had you with auditioning. We had you audition for. Which is another question I could just throw in there. How was the audition for you with Samhain? Like, what was it like? Do you want to tell the listeners how that was?
Well, it was better for me than it was for you.
Oh, that is true. My first of many injuries.
I was actually pretty confident going into it because usually when I set my mind to something, I make damn sure that I'm going to do the best that I can. Mm-hmm. And I'm very competitive in that nature, so I worked hard at what you wanted you gave me an idea of what you wanted me to do. I worked hard so that I could nail what I was supposed to do and gave it everything I had.
Right.
Unfortunately, it resulted in you being our first injury.
My
And you
first
hurt
of
your
many.
elbow when you fell after I slashed your throat.
Yeah, I end up falling right on my knees on the hard floor, and I don't know what happened, but my kneecap, like it didn't like obviously it didn't like dislocate or anything
It
like
was your
that,
knee. I
but
thought it was your elbow. You got your knee.
it was my kneecap. Yeah. Oh my god, that was a pain. That was bad. Like we watched the video because we watched the entire DVD set because I was testing it out, and we have auditions on there, and your audition is, I believe, like the first one listed, and yeah, once I fell down, you can hear my knee like clack right to the floor. Oh goodness, it was painful. So the last question I got for you is, where can our listeners find you on social media?
I am on both Facebook and Instagram at Real Danger Dude.
Okay.
We'll put you there.
Awesome. And then also, anybody that wants to look at Gravestone Films, they can also go to facebook.com/Gravestone Films. You can also find Brett on his character RelliK. Where can they find you on that? Do you remember the link?
I am on Facebook on there, I believe, Samhain RelliK, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So you'll be able to find them on there. And then, of course, we have the movie page, facebook.com/SamhainMovie. But I thank you, Brett, for your time.
Oh, man, thanks for having me on. This is like an honor.
Not a problem. So we have Brett Harris, who played RelliK. Don't forget to go see Samhain. It's in select theaters in October of 2020 throughout the month, and it'll also be available on Amazon Prime. As of now, it'll be on Amazon Prime as on November 13th, but that could change depending on if we can get everything uploaded properly and sent to them. I already sent it to them. It's in the review process. But if it comes back with errors, I might have to fix the subtitle links, which fingers crossed I don't have to, because that was a pure torture.
Yeah, that sounded like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so hopefully that came back good. But once I send that to them, then it'll be ready to go for November 13th release. For those that want to attend the premiere, you can come and you'll be able to meet the cast and crew after the movie is over. And there's also going to be a red carpet. It starts at 6 p.m. It's at in Coaldale, Pennsylvania. It'll be at the Angela Triplex Theater, and as of now, it's July 18th. So it could change depending on if we go green by then. If we don't go green and the Angela's not open, just tune into our fan page on Facebook at Gravestone Films, and we'll let you know what's up with that and where else you can see it for the premiere. But thank you, Brett, for joining us, and I really appreciate you taking the time out.
Oh, thanks for having me on, man. Like I said, this is an honor for me.
Not a problem. Yes, and it's an honor for me too, because you were really great on set. You're not just a great actor and a great villain, but you were also an amazing person. You do a lot, especially for children's cancer, and to help promote Gravestone Films and the movie itself. So I really appreciate you, and of course, a shout out to Gage for stepping in literally less than 24 hours before we needed him on set, and he's like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna do it."
Yeah, he was ready to go.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Brett. You have a good rest of your night.
All right, you too. Looking forward to getting the rest of this stuff out there and getting things going.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
All right, talk to you later.